Hello students, welcome to online audio video lessons, an initiative taken by Set Vidya Mandir English High School affiliated to CBSE. Myself Mridula Kadderu, mathematics teacher for standard 6. Children, today let us start with the first chapter of your term 2, that is decimals. So children, let us begin with it. Children, today let us start with the introduction part. You already know what is decimals. You have learnt in your previous class. Let me take an example. Say 4.6. So children, this point, what is that? This is called as a decimal point. The number which comes after these are called as decimal points. As you have already studied in your chapter 1 and 2 about the place values, how will you write the place values? That is, first it comes to, we write as ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s and so on, isn't it? So from smaller to bigger. Now children, what comes after ones? After ones come 1/10, tenth, whereas here we have tens, whereas here we have 1/10. Next comes 100ths, 100th and so on. So how will you write it? Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000 and so on. And this side you write 1/10 as 1/10, 1/100, 1/1000 and so on. So children, whenever this come, you have to identify that it is a decimal number. So how will you write this 4.6? As this is in ones place, you write it here 0.6, that is here. So it is understood as 4.6. Children, when you write 4.6 in expanded form, you write 4 is in ones place. So 4 plus, this is decimal, that is 1/10th place, isn't it? So you will write 6/10. So after one number, there is a decimal point. So like this way you have to write. So let us see some more examples in this. Children, here we have one example. Ravi and Raju measured the length of their pencils. Ravi's pencil was 7 centimeters and 5 millimeter long, and Raju's pencil was 8 centimeters 3 millimeters long. Can you express these lengths in centimeter using decimals? So children, let us solve this. Children, we know that 10 millimeter is equals to 1 centimeter. We can also write it as 1 millimeter is equals to 1/10 centimeter, and this fraction we can write it as decimal, that is 1/10 can be written as 0.1. See here children, whatever this 0 is there, it becomes point, and leave this number and write the upper number, so 1. So it will be 0.1 or simply 0.1. So Raju's pencil is 7 centimeters and 5 millimeter. So this is a whole number. So we can write it as 7 plus 5 millimeter. I can write it as 5/10 centimeters. Both are in centimeters now, isn't it? So next step I can write it as 7. When you take this number, this 0 becomes point, leave this one and write the upper, so it will become 7.5 centimeter. Similarly, Ravi's pencil is 8 centimeters and 3 millimeters, so I can write it as 8 plus 3 millimeters. I can write it as 3/10 centimeters. So I will write it as 8, 0 becomes point, leave this one and write the above. So 8.3 centimeter. So this is how we convert the fraction into decimal. Let us see some examples again. Example number 3. So children, here are two examples where you have to assign the place values for the given number. First one is 20.5 and second one is 4.2. In the earlier chapters, you studied that ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000 and so on were the place values. Whereas in decimals, we have 1/10s, 100s, 1000s and so on. So when we want to write the decimals in the given place value chart, the numbers which come before decimal, those are whole number, whereas this one is a part, that is fraction. So in this is ones place, this is tens place and this is 10th place. So children, in tens place we have 2, so you write here 2. Ones place we have 0, so write 0 here, and this 0.5, that is 1/10th place, so you write 5. In second example 4.2, in tens place we don't have any number, so I will place 0. Whereas in ones place we have 4. Whereas in 1/10th place we have 2. So you write it as 2. This is how we are going to place the numbers in the place value chart. Next comes, we have to write the given number in the form of a decimal. 2 ones and 5 tens. 2 ones means it is a whole number. In ones place we have 2. So you will write it as 2 plus 5 tenths, that is decimal. When it comes tenths, THS, so it means that it is a decimal. 5 tenths, so 5 upon 10. Similarly, we have 30 and 1/10. So we will write 30 plus 1/10. So children, I hope it is clear. Further, you can also write it as 2.5. 10, that is point, and this 5. Here 30.1. This 10 indicates that after one number there will be a decimal point. Similarly here 2, 5. The numbers are 2 and 5. And where you will place the decimal number? After one digit you have to place the decimal number. Similarly 30 plus 6 plus 2 upon 10th. 30 plus 6 you get 36. Plus 2 upon 10 you get 0.2. As there is 10, you have to place the decimal point after one number. So totally we get 30 plus 6, 36, and this one is 2. But you have to place the point after one digit. So 36.2. Similarly here 600 plus 2 plus 8 upon 10. 600 plus 2 you get 602. And here when we get a fraction, you have to identify that there is a decimal point. And 8 upon 10 is written as 0.8. So this is how we are going to solve. Students, now let us start with exercise 8.1. Question number 1. Write the following as numbers in the given table. So children, you can observe the box here. Here in tens there are how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. Whereas in ones we have 1. Whereas in tens we have 2. So how will you place it? See here, they have given hundreds, tens, ones and 1/10. So children, you can write in hundreds place we don't have anything here. So children, you have to write in hundreds place it will be 0 as nothing is there. Next in 10th place we have 1, 2, 3. So write 3. Next in ones place we have 1. So 1, and in 10th place we have 2. So write here 2. Similarly in example 2, in hundreds place we have how many? 1. So children, I will write it here 1. In tens again we have how many? Only 1. So again I will write 1. And whereas in 10th, see here children, after tens there is no ones place. So in ones place I will be placing 0. And in 10th how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So write here 4. Is it understood? Okay.